Hello, it's Beth Rosman with the Intuitive Solution for the weekend of April 11th. This is Sunday, and I'm going to give you some information going forward from now to the new week and into the week ahead. We have a new moon today at 7:30 Pacific Daylight Time and 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. So it's a really powerful time of new beginnings. So I thought what I'd do is give you some astrological perspective on what's going on now that hopefully will assist you in interpreting some of the events you might have been experiencing or potentially could be encountering. And then I'm going to give you the Sabian symbol information, which is the pictorial representation of the degrees, because Aries is at 22 degrees for the new moon. And there's a particular set of symbols involved with that help interpret these times as well. And then I thought right now, live, I do a rune reading from the bag of Miss Wendy that made these for me many years ago, and they're always right. And I would love to share that with you today. And then I thought we could end with an empowerment over our new moon affirmations, goals, projects with our family, our work, ourselves, our relationships. So I'm going to use the code cards again too. So that's going to be what we'll have right now for this Sunday in Carmel, California. And it does feel like change is afoot. We're here in the final hours of the old moon, and since it's at 7:30 tonight. So there's a letting go, there's a moving forward. It's just about a brand new beginning, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It is the sign of new beginnings. It's the sign of taking initiatives, of action, of activity. It's the I am. It's the first sign, so it's the I. It's almost representative of like a little baby when they're first born. They're very into their hands and their toes. And there's an inward consciousness about what we ourselves can do. But as we interact with everything outside, there's the place where these other planetary items come in. But this is a very powerful new beginning, because not only is it the first sign of the zodiac where we're having our new moon, but the sun is also in the first sign of this zodiac. It's in Aries. So there's a lot of this new movement forward and initiating, sort of a youthful, more refreshedness. Even if we're sort of beleaguered or weighted down by some of the items we've had to deal with, I think some of us are feeling that new awakening. And that is what's going on. And it sort of harkens back, though, to the time in December of 2020, in mid-month, when we had the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus squares and conjunctions. And this is that first new moon since then. So we also had the eclipses back in mid-December in 2020. And that was almost the precursor to what's happening now. That was almost the beginning of the planting seed period. And to give you a little bit of a glimpse into what could be possible now. But then we went through some of the challenges of January and February, and things got muddled, and we had to just deal with a lot of delay, or just getting delayed and moving forward. But now this is a kickstarting time where we can almost go back to what was sort of happening there as a test run. And now as Aries starts and the spring is moving forward, this is that time to make it happen. Plus, this is the first time in a long time where we haven't had any planets going backwards or retrograde, which can sort of slow things down and cause chaos or obstructions. But now, through April 27th, all of the planets are moving forward. And in April 27th, Pluto will go retrograde. But for right now, through these next 3 weeks or 2 weeks, we have a lot of time to move forward, make intentions. The new moon is a wonderful time, especially this is the first new moon of really the zodiacal new year. So you'll see it's a lot of initiating I am, make intentions happen type of energy. And when you do the intentions, make them in present tense. It's already happening. There's the gratitude for that happening. You're feeling it, you're seeing it, and you do this with frequency and intensity. And even writing things down on a blank piece of maybe white paper with a blue pen, writing things down, and potentially even doing a little new moon initiation or ceremony or meditation where you might light a candle and write down your intentions. So that happens, the new moon exact tonight at 10:30 Eastern. 7:30 Pacific, but the new moon energy will definitely float into Monday and Tuesday, possibly even Wednesday. So if you didn't get to see this video in real time, or you're looking at it later in the week, you still can utilize this wonderful energy. And it is really about a new chapter moving forward. It's a brand new beginning. And with this, there are different aspects also going on. So the only wrong thing you can really do is not do anything. Because of this forward movement, it's time to, decide, make a list, and focus. And it might have to do with your relationships, your business. But this new moon that's in Aries at 22 degrees Aries, it's conjunct Mercury, which is the planet of communication, and it's also conjunct Venus, which is the planet of love and beauty and harmony. And it's like there's a new sense of self-evolving, and our changes in our communications and our relationships and how we interact is occurring too. So we even might feel relationships shift. As we change, the sense around us with others also changes. So there's this aspect of Mercury of communication as well, and in this newness and in this alignment with love. So if we can just let this facade go, or the defenses we normally have, let them go, and literally just be authentic and honest and speak our heart, that's from the Venus sense, and let the Aries creativity and refresh energy happen, we can then help to activate and kickstart our personal renaissance and the transformations. Because this, by some people's accounts, and I'd love to hear your perspective too, it could be two of the most powerful weeks in a long, long time, for many years. So I think that's worthy of consideration, and that's why I wanted to give this update today, along with some tools to navigate that. But the moon is this new moon in Aries is also square Pluto in Capricorn. And so Pluto is an outer planet, and it's underworld, it's transformation. So some of these conversations can be really deep. And it could also indicate a lot of change, a new chapter in our relationships or our money. We're healing a lot of the stuff from the past. And we've come so far since December of 2020. And it's about moving forward and trusting in what we know and having that solid groundedness, because there is a lot of shakeup energy going on. Nervous systems, there's still a lot of planetary shift and outward shift. This is more of a personal report for us each individually, but know that in the world, there are a lot of other aspects out there that are causing some shakeup, some divide. That's the Saturn and Uranus square. But just being in that personal space of knowing and being clear with what you want, especially with that Aries I am. And Aries is a warrior, and it's creative as well. And we can harness that kickstart of new beginnings now. So it's about being authentic in your communications. And if you need to, ask for guidance from your higher self or your angels. Just say, I don't know what to do here. Please, angels, the best ones here, come in and assist us for our highest and best good, and those appropriately involved. Not everybody involved, but appropriately involved. That's one of my key things. It sort of hones it down and respects free will. And when you can open up and let go of your defenses, these shields that could otherwise cause anger, which Mars is the red planet, and it can be used for motivation and to kickstart new beginnings, but it can also, when not channeled with harmony, cause war and conflict. And that could be coming up in relationships, but know that we have the tools to fix those. But this new moon, also in Aries, is sextile Jupiter in Aquarius, which is an air sign and expansion. So that aspect of this new planet with optimism, Jupiter, it can actually bring harmony, and it brings about passion, more optimism. And maybe we get new understandings on a situation or what to do next. As well, the new moon is also sextile Mars in Gemini, and Gemini is the planet of details. It's very quick-minded, it's very mental, and this can give us action steps. So this aspect will actually let us hone down the specific details, and it doesn't have to be elaborate, but just small ones that we can put under this new planning that we're doing with this new moon in Aries. So again, to maximize your success right now, attain your goals, whatever they may be. This is a very good time to start your new beginnings, to do the ceremony this week. Understand that we do have a lot of shift and change going on, but as well, it's a time of expansion, and there's a lot of unexpected change that can happen right now too. So it's just about kick-starting things forward. So that's part of it too. Just the Sabian symbols, I think, say that. Now, the Sabian symbols are several that are sources. I use Linda Hill's. I love hers. And the Sabian symbol for 23 degrees Aries, which is around this time period, it says, a woman in pastel colors carrying a heavy and valuable veiled load. So we feel our responsibility. We feel like we have to do this. But it's about unexpected events and needing to be honest and candid, because those veils can sometimes cloak too much that we really need to share with people. This can also be about messages. So be open. And things might work out a little bit differently than you had planned. You might have another plan, but then something out of the blue strikes. Like literally my electricity went off here the other night for no reason. Bam. And Uranus, which is in square right now to other planets, that is about electricity. And it felt like that was this energy I'm talking about, where things just happen out of the ordinary. And it just all worked out. It was literally like a lesson in preparedness. So I loved that. And I think that's what is going on right now. When we have these lessons or experiences, we can understand maybe what happened and why. Maybe this is actually working out. And also, along with this Sabian symbol of Aries at 23 degrees, we also need to be careful of not being in that victim mindset. Maybe if our load is too heavy to carry, we need to maybe ask someone else, or just say, maybe this is not mine anymore, and share and build that community and having that faith. But on the positive side, I also look at the degree that it actually falls on too. So Aries 22 degrees, which is where we're at right about now, the image of this Aries degree, 22 degrees, is the gates open to the garden of all fulfilled desires. That sounds pretty good. I think that your mind's eye might interpret that. But essentially, it's about passaging through into a new, better beginning, but going through that trial or that tunnel, that birth canal, that gate, and taking steps to get there. So I feel like this is a very chaotic but potentially powerful time, and knowing that we do have the creative vitality behind us, and maybe what we started back in December is actually now coming more to fruition and birthing itself. And we're building that community and knowing that we can have faith, and we're more powerful now than we ever have been for so many reasons we've talked about. So with that, I want to do some runes for us, just to give us some ideas on what to expect going forward, some tools to give us this week that will ensure the success in whatever we're embarking on here on this Aries journey. And these are the runes that my good friend Wendy Rune Hexter made for me many years ago. She's a gemologist with the Crystal Circle in Cincinnati, Ohio. And these are the runes I always turn to when I really need answers that are accurate. I dowse, I do tarot, I do pendulum, I do all sorts of modalities, but at the end of the day, if I really just need one solid, literally earthly source, it's these runes. So I am to draw 4, I guess, for the 4 elements and directions, although we'll do 4, but there's always the 5th ether, because that's where we're at right now, ether time. Okay, I actually drew them all at once. So the first one we have is the self, which is the I am, which is exactly what Aries is. I don't know if you can see it. I'll hold it back. There we go. See, yeah. But that means the self. It's literally the beginning room, just like Aries right now. It's just an affirmation of what we've been talking about, and pouring that attention on yourself while still attending to your outside world. And that's where the answers and your solutions will lie. And it's like when you're on the airplane and they say to put on your face mask first so you can help someone else. The oxygen mask, that is, I should say. That's like this, the self. And about that, we are the initiators, the creative. It's really a cool rune. Wow. This is the Dagas. It's like a bow tie. This is the end of the cycle runes, and it actually means great success if we have faith that's leaping into the void without seeing what's there. Of radical severance of what was, severing where we came from so we can move forward. And that actually is a theme I didn't mention in my astro report, that there is a theme right now of literally letting go of so much physical, emotional, beliefs, thought forms, relationships. But with that comes the new, because nature abhors a vacuum. You see, it will be filled with what we intend, and this is the time now to intend what we want to bring in for this. So I love the Daggaz. It's one of my favorite runes in the whole deck, and it does mean that our outcomes are assured. We just need to take the steps and do the work to make that happen. Okay, so you're seeing it here. It's the blank rune. And when Daggaz is followed by the blank rune, it means death, radical severance. Now, that's not death of people per se, but it can mean just a whole way of life. And I've gotten this for many situations for myself and clients. Sometimes it's meant moving. Sometimes it has met freedom from a really oppressive work situation where you get laid off or fired, but you're just so happy because you're free. It just means ending of an old way of life that no longer serves you. That's pretty powerful. This rune is Tiwaz. It's about patience, and it's reversed. It's an arrow pointing downwards. So we want to ensure that we have patience through this, and that we ensure that our resources are not laying to waste, that we have the power to cut away what is no longer serving us, and to do that with a way that serves all those appropriately involved with ourselves, and being very mindful of our resources and our positions. This actually is the, when it's upright, when we can make this upright with our intent. Forewarned is forearmed. Love the messenger. So if you receive bad news from somebody, I love my girlfriends who give me the most amazing readings, but sometimes they're not so great because they've got bad information, but I get mad, but then I realize they are only the messenger. And when we can be forewarned with this information, we can potentially shift it. This rune is just saying, be cautious of your resources. And I say this to myself as well. We have a lot going on right now. Be vigilant and just ensure that your life force is respected. But this actually was the glyph that the Celtic warriors would paint on their shields before they went into battle, because it would give them so much protection. And patience and inner knowingness was their shield. Okay, so the fifth element I love this one. It's the Rune of Fehu. It's like an F. Let's see there. And it basically just looks like an F, and it means wealth. So this is actually material wealth, wealth of spirit, positive outcomes. That's the fifth initiating rune that binds all of this and is the outcome. So knowing that, to repeat, the first rune we got was of the self, knowing ourselves, being in that moment of action, realizing that it's all about us and we are the initiators. Yet we all have this world around us, and having faith. That's the Daggaz rune that looks like the bow tie. Radical faith in what we can't see and just that inner knowingness. And it does mean that the outcome is assured, although at this point it's not really visible. We just have faith and know that it happens. It's assured, but sometimes these can take hard work, which does come with the this arrow rune I got, the Tiwaz, which is defense. So it means really mindful of your own space, your resources, and understand this is an undertaking. But the outcome is wealth. And we also have the blank rune. And in addition to, when it's beside Daggaz in a reading, it does mean endings. But with endings come new beginnings. And blank is the potentiality. It's the complete seed in the darkness of what we can plant right now, because this is spring and we're planting our seeds. And again, maybe forewarned is forearmed, knowing that these two together are powerful magical forces at work. And in fact, the astrology and the other numerological aspects, they all support this. So I'm pleased. And that we finally, as the Enderon got our wealth rune, Fehu, meaning things come together, we have what we need. It's a new beginning. There's always plenty. It's the harvest, so I like that too. Now, to end this, I wanted to, as promised, go through and do the empowerments. That was a lot of runic reading to understand, but forewarned, like I said, is forearmed, and this is a powerful time of meditation. And that's why I wanted to share this with you today. My website is theintuitivesolution.com. I'm Beth Rosman, and I definitely would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, like if you'd like, or share. I also take client appointments, but I love doing these just because so many people ask me what's going on, and instead of having to repeat it 100, sometimes I just tell them to go to my video. But it's information that we can use to maximize our times we're in. And whatever we do, even if we're not necessarily an esoteric or an astrologer, maybe we're just a mom or a business person, just a mom, that's silly. Maybe we have roles other than astrologers or readers. Maybe we are moms and dads and business people, or others, that nurses, doctors that just need to assist people in the world. And I like to make these tools very usable, so they're not just so out there. Because I did used to work in sort of corporate America for sure, running and leading nonprofits and IT firms. So I use these tools to get by, and I helped others with it. So I know they work, so I'm excited to share them. It takes a little bit of a bending of the imagination and open mind. So that's welcome to Cruise Ship Beth. That's who I am. And I love it that people can be with me for that. So thank you. Now, to end this, I wanted to do some of the Phoenix Vibrational Healing Empowerment cards that some of you who know me know that these are infused with billions, millions of positive energetic healing codes and frequencies and symbols. They were developed by Fred Edmund Payne Jr. And they are code cards that literally can work through space and time just like energy can. Because in the realm of spirit, there is no time, there is no space. And by working with these here on this medium, I am intending that it will reach you as you would like it to. So for our new moon piece, I would invite you to think of one aspect you'd like to invite in your life this new time period. It could be this new month, this new year, or this new several years, because right now what we're in is really, this time period we're in is seeding. It's a brand new chapter for many years to come. It's more than just a new beginning. It's a lot of new beginnings all in one time period. Yes, so keep breathing with that and know that it's working out for our highest and best, especially with the intentions. So the intention is, if you'd like to think of what you'd like to bring in and create for this time period, I'll let you have a moment to sort of confirm and nail that down in your brain. And then I'm going to ask you to look at this code card, and what you will do when I cue you, you will insert with your imagination your third eye with will and intent into the space I show you on the card. We will insert that for any of those here watching this at any time period, that you will insert this, will breathe it, and you will have an empowerment over having this come into your life. Now, it's now in your life. And then I will do a programmed code package to give you so that it actually goes and downloads into your body mind field complex and activates within it. Okay, so this is, again, the empowerment goal card from Phoenix Vibrational Healing. And all you'll need to do, I know there are a lot of words on there. You don't need to see what they are. They're basically what I just explained, but you will see a blank. You'll see that blank right here. And with your will and intention, as I'm doing this now, we'll insert that now. Okay, and see that in there in that space. All right, and that's empowering you over this. And now, with your will and intent, breathe that goal in through the mouth and then out through the nose. And this is an empowering breath. In through the mouth and out through the nose. We're going to do this a total of 3 or 4 times. Third time, in through the mouth, out through the nose as you're staring at this space. And that's your goal in that space. And you're breathing it in with the empowerment breath. Breathing in that goal, that situation you've charged in there that's happening now with so much gratitude and love. Another in-breath through the mouth, out-breath through the nose. One more time. In through the mouth, out through the nose. All right, now we're going to ask the creator of all that is to download the codes and frequencies in perfect order of priority to activate that in your field and all of your future timeline fields for only that which is in your highest and best. Now, thank you, creator of all that is. It is done. Now do a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. You're going to reverse that breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. As you're now empowered, fully and completely and activated. That's the activation clearing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. You're fully activated over that which you put in that. So thank you, creator of all that is. Always having gratitude. And I have so much gratitude that you guys are here with me today. It's a pretty special day, Sunday 4/11. That was actually, I just remember my grandfather, Lauren Rosman's birthday. He was a very special man, Jaco Rosman. I didn't know that was his nickname until everybody went to the funeral. I was about like a little 11-year-old kid, and everybody said, "Oh, Jaco." And apparently he was well loved. And I love that about him. So yeah, happy birthday, Lauren. So the last one I'd like to do is the Phoenix Vibrational Healing Empowerment card. So this is back to that I am, that self we talked about. This will empower you over your whole new self that you've attained and are attaining now in this new moon time period. It empowers you as a collectively over this clearing you got today, this empowerment, this reading. It just gives you a brand new state of awareness to activate and bring into fruition your new chapters that are more beautiful and beneficial than you or I could even imagine. So this is just the general empowerment card. And since it's an empowerment, we're going to breathe it in through the mouth and out through the nose a total of 3 times. Once. In through the mouth. Out through the nose. In through the mouth. Out through the nose. And again, you don't need to see the words. Just know that it's working. These codes and frequencies, they're all vibrational. Vibration works in the realm of outside of time and space. So you are receiving these now as you see them. In through the mouth and out through the nose. One more time. In through the mouth and out through the nose. Thank you for joining me. I am hoping you're going to have a wonderful week. I know we will. If you'd like to find more out about me, I am at theintuitivesolution.com. I'm Beth Rosman, and I thank you and love you for joining me here today.